Going into the home stretch of our Super Sunday offering, we shift to the 14-under tournament of the North Division as the home team tests the mettle of the division leader and try to stretch its winning run to 4 straight as we bring you the live coverage of the games of the Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. We're down to the last 3 games na po. Manila and Mandaluyong figuring in their 14, 16, and 18-under matchups. Close to a good evening na po sa inyong lahat. I'm MMDR kasama si Migs Gomez bringing you the last 3 matchups ng ating Super Sunday. Before we start, Migs, just wanted to make sure you've recovered from that ball game that just happened, yeah?
Man, what a ball game that was that we witnessed just earlier today. No? Maganda na nga yung first 2 games natin in the 18 and 16 under divisions. But boy, that 16-point comeback by San Pedro in the 14 under division. I hope that's a good taste for us in this last triple header for today.
And yun nga, Manila and Mandaluyong will be figuring with this matchup and talking about their previous games. Manila just played yesterday, defeating Rizal nga by 13. Well, what went well for them in that ball game?
Well, rebounding was such a big advantage for them, 59-40, and that is one of their specialities in the season as they are number 2 in the league in that category. Now, as it is an effort category, and you mentioned they just played yesterday, the question is, do they have enough left on their tank? Do they have enough energy to go up against a well-rested team in Mandaluyong?
Maybe a bit of an advantage dahil nandito naman sila sa kanilang home court and dito naman tayo sa kabila. Mandaluyong, extreme contrast, played last August 9 but they do want to pick up where they left off with that 45-point dismantling of Valenzuela.
Imagine that, August 9 yung last game at ano na ngayon? Mag-October na, di ba? So that's almost, what, 2 months of not playing for Mandaluyong. But in their previous outing, they limited Valenzuela to only 14% shooting. And just so you know, guys, the league average is 45% shooting on the floor. So that in itself should be the explanation as to that victory of Mandaluyong.
Yeah, a bit of rust and rest, I guess, in this situation. Siyempre, 2 players na gusto rin nating tutukan dito sa matchup ng Manila at Mandaluyong. Talking about Matthew Aceldo for the Manila Pirates and, of course, Gab Castro for the Junior Microsmith.
Well, Matthew Aceldo just bagged the best player of the game honors yesterday. He's averaging 17 points and 9 rebounds per game. That's already very impressive, but today he's going up against a tower of terror for Mandaluyong. That is Gab Castro, who's number 7 in the league in scoring, number 1 in rebounding at 15.3 per outing, and he's also averaging 1.7 steals, and wala dyan sa graphic natin, number 8 in blocks per game at 2 per outing. He's such a dominant force in the season so far.
And can't wait to see these 2 players figure out each other in this matchup. Wag na natin patagalin pa. Batan natin sa ating venue announcer for our starting lineups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to San Andres Sports Complex, Manila City. Here we go for the 7th match of Apex Gaming 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Inaugural Season. It's time for your Manila Pirates 14-under and Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith 14-under. Introducing first the starters of Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith 14-under. Playing forward, number 1, Lloyd Calvin Ellie. Center, number 11, Dasin Batan. His guard, number 18, Adrian Almonicar. Shooting guard, number 22, Kyle Concepcion. Center, number 29, Gab Castro. The head coach of Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith 14-under, Coach Lloyd Calvin Ellie. Assistant coaches, Cocoy Reyes and Junel Auguste. Now introducing the starters of Manila Pirates 14-under. Playing center, number 1, Leslie Bojalin. Playing power forward, number 4, Andre James Zeta. His guard, number 7, Pabtino Thomas Perito. Shooting guard, number 11, Robert Emmanuel Napo. Playing forward, number 19, Matthew Asaldo. The head coach of Manila Pirates 14-under, Coach Bagot Ipino. Assistant coach, Ricky Cabrera. Team manager, Paul Noronha. Team consultant, Gilbert Malabanan. The game's official, crew chief, Nino Perez, Joel Badeo, and Jason Yab. This is Junior MPBL, aligan ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Coming to you live dito sa San Andres Sports Complex in Manila for our 7th game of a 9-game slate. Manila and Mandaluyong 14 under division. Starters muna tayo for both squads. For the Pirates, we have Bo Jelen, Zeta, Perito, Napo, and Aceldo. For Mandaluyong naman, we have Eli, Bathan, Almonicar, Concepcion, and Castro, completing their 5.
No, it's good that you mentioned the starting fives, no, Jaime, because I really want to highlight the presence of Jelen on the court. He's going to be the neutralizer for Gab Castro in this game. And I did talk about it in the pregame. Castro has been a tower of terror in the season so far, but Jelen does have good length and skill to try to neutralize him.
As Aceldo gives us our first 2 points of this ball game. And we were highlighting this player nga, Migs, during the pregame. And I've seen a couple of Manila Pirates games prior to this. And lalo itong 14 under team, they go as far as Matthew Aceldo will take them.
Well, actually, Aceldo also has a good comparison on the other end in Dustin Bathan for Mandaluyong. So, if you think about it, medyo mag-e-expand yung marquee matchup natin with 2 more players included in that storyline.
As Concepcion, foot race, winning against 3 white shirts, tying this ball game at 2.
I have to say, Jaime, the home court advantage seems ironic in this game because Mandaluyong does have a good amount of crowd in this matchup.
Well, you can argue na, I mean, not your typical, Pampanga na dadayo pa talaga, or maybe even Cavite. Manila, Mandaluyong, maybe 40-minute, I would say, drive dito sa San Andres.
Nang may traffic na yun.
Nang may traffic na yun. Although it is Sunday, so a bit, I guess, friendlier on the roads. Not raining same as yesterday. Perfect weather talaga for this Sunday special.
A nice block right there by Bo Jelen on the drive of Dustin Bathan. Yan na nga talaga yung sinasabi nating pantay ni Gab Castro. If Castro will be a rim protector for Mandaluyong, Jelen definitely is that guy for Manila.
And kung baga, size-wise, no? I think maybe even si Gab Castro may be surprised that in the 1400 division, he has like this counterpart on the other team that would be checking him.
That's right. Minsan lang talaga yung mga ganyan sitwasyon.
So we see Perito sidestepping his way through. Short on that floater. Takbo dito ang Mandaluyong. Batan against 3. Misses the layup, but Gab Castro right there to clean it up.
That's a deadly dynamic duo right there. Batan already had an easy layup, but obviously medyo nangangapa rin yan sa ating game na ito. You did mention the last time that we witnessed them play here in the Junior MPBL was still on August 9.
Wala pang bear dun sa buwan na yun. And sabi mo nga in the pregame, October na in just a few days. I wonder if Mandaluyong might get longer to warm up. Might need a bit more time. Kumpara naman dito sa Manila, maybe the question is, would they be having gas issues dahil nga naglaro lang sila kahapon?
Now, if you ask me, in terms of those timelines, I would say that Manila definitely has the advantage as we see a 3-pointer courtesy of Almonicar because these are kids after all. This is the 14 under division, the youngest that we have in the Junior MPBL. So we can also assume that they have the best tanks that we can offer.
Meantime, timeout muna ang Manila. They trail this matchup by 5, 7-2.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
By head coach Michael Pere of Team Mandaluyong. Kanina nga nabanggit niya sa akin na although hindi sila nakukompleto during training, what's nice about these kids is sila pa daw nag-initiate na sana daw magkaroon sila ng ensayo. But of course, their priority ay ang kanilang pag-aaral. Kaya tingnan natin kung makakuha ba sila ng panalo ngayon kontra sa Manila Pirates. As I turn it over to you, Mix and Jaime.
Already, I mean, good to know and a little bit strange dahil you would think with that time off that Mandaluyong would have some extra time together, probably before the classes started for these young kids. Pero sabi nga ni Daphne, they may have found a difficult time bringing these players together.
Especially, you know, with the recent FIBA World Cup break, I'm sure schedules also altered for some families who are also fans of basketball. They wanted to watch. May pasok na at ang hirap nga naman talaga, no, considering classes, and not only that, even some varsity programs that take away the afternoons and the early evenings of our players. And we do know of some, just like this guy, Dustin Batan, who's already committed to UST. So imagine how gruesome his schedule is.
I mean, I can only imagine dahil hindi talaga ako makaka-relate at all with that type of grueling schedule. As a 2-on-1 fast break, Aceldo showing his unselfishness, finding Kokya in that instance.
That's what you have to love about Matthew Aceldo. Not only is he number 9 in the league in scoring at 16.9, he's number 5 in assists at 4.5, and you'll definitely need the playmaking abilities of your leader.
As Bo Jelen really making it difficult for the red shirts find a way inside. Nang talaga ng mga yung length nito ni Jelen. And then from where we are sitting, alam mong towering din tong presence to. We've been talking about Gab Castro, but Jelen close to, I guess, height-wise, no? Matatapatan talaga. And speaking of Gab Castro, Almonicar able to find him underneath.
I think that's a big advantage for Mandaluyong in this game because they do have Dustin Batan, but they do have more guards who are talented, skillful, and intelligent enough to create for Gab Castro, who now gives us this monstrous block.
Yeah, doing it on both ends. As syempre, hindi naman tayo pwedeng banggitin ang Junior MPBL without thanking our partners Apex Gaming 88 for bringing the fun here in the Junior MPBL para suportahan ang ating mga manlalarong kabataan. Let's bring out the sheer fun of gaming with Apex Gaming 88. Pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit ang inyong phone. Play your favorite games anytime and anywhere. Elevate your game only with Apex Gaming 88. Tandaan lamang po that gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun mga kaliga. Game responsibly. And sa mga magulang pong nakikinig, parental supervision is advised. 9-4 tayo dito. Mandaluyong still holding this 5-point advantage against the Manila Pirates. 4 minutes remaining in our first quarter.
Well, I tell you, the two small kids in this game for Mandaluyong in Kyle Concepcion and Adrian Almolicar have made their mark just as they have done it in their prior games. No? Batan has had to play the small forward position because of their talented guards, and that is such a big luxury for them.
As we see Mabayad getting that floater to go after that beautiful fake, throwing off his defender. Trap dito ang Mandaluyong. Tignan mo naman din yung bench nila, no? Joining and their crowd actually.
This is crazy.
Nakikipress din sila, Migs. And kung ikaw din naman yung nagdadala ng bola, I'm sure not just the pressure of the player, but the pressure of the crowd would get to you.
This might just be the best road crowd I've ever witnessed in the Junior MPBL. Kasi usually ano lang yan mga magulang, mga kapatid. Pero parang buong barangay ang dinala ng Mandaluyong.
As we see Baluyot way ahead of the pack, trimming this lead to 5 rather.
That's a much-needed basket by Manila because momentum has been controlled by Mandaluyong since the middle part of the first frame.
So 2:47 remaining in just our first period. Pulling up for 3 and that's good. First 3-pointer, binaril pa ang crowd ni Municar.
And that's 2 in this game for Mandaluyong in total.
Pass too strong at babalik dito sa Mandaluyong ang bola. I love the character of this of Adrian Almonicar. He dropped a dime earlier to Gab Castro, showed us the goggles. And then after that 3-pointer, showing us yung kanyang, well, I'd like to call it ray gun. Di na nila inabutan yan, pero...
Ako nabutan ko yan at gets kita dyan. Well, to your point, it actually fits his physique, no? If you're a small guy, you have to be very gutsy on the court. You know, guys like Jason Castro, he might be silent, but, you know, you could see it in his eyes, just how much determination he has. The ironic thing about Almonicar is that, yes, he has so much determination, but he shows it on the court.
And that shot nga extended this lead to 8 now. As Bo Jelen, beautiful fake, fishing for that foul, unable to finish. And, good to see that he's checking on Let's see if Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith player on the ground. Look at that replay. Bojelin showing great patience. That was Lord Ballesta challenging that shot and having that awkward fall.
He's going to be fine. It wasn't too hard of a fall. Good job by the medics still for attending to him. Good sportsmanship as well by Bojelin. We can't actually blame him for anything in that play. He just faked with the ball, no? But to your point, yes, that was a good contest by Mandaluyong. That's a testament to their energy and their effort on defense. That defense, all the way back from the backcourt, has been very effective for them.
Manila nga hanging there, not allowing Mandaluyong to break this game wide open. Because I was looking at the previous games of Mandaluyong, despite it being, August and July pa when they last played. At an average winning margin nila is 31.6 points in their last 5 victories. They just lost doon sa Antipolo sa kanilang first assignment, but immediately after that, talagang minasakar na nila yung last 5 opponents nila.
Well, Mandaluyong being number 1 in the league in steals per game has translated onto those big-time victories. Obviously, this is a running team, and I've even seen it before that in their press, at a lot of points, Gab Castro would have been in the forefront of it. So dun pa lang, nahihirapan na agad tumawid yung mga gwardya ng kalaban.
As we look at Coach Buboy Fernandez, syempre, ang coach ni Senator Manny Pacquiao, who is actually a supporter of the Manila Pirates. You would actually see yung logo ni Senator Manny in their alternative jersey, I would say. I don't think I see it here. But I'm not sure if Senator Manny would be happy for that 3-pointer as Almonicar heating up in this ball game.
So that's Almonicar's third 3-pointer, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he's 3 out of 6 so far from downtown. At may nakita ka pa bang ibang celebration doon? O pareho lang?
I wasn't checking, but the crowd talagang mukhang really behind Almonicar.
So sila na lang yung nag-celebrate for Adrian himself.
Kala ko ilalabas na naman niya, or maybe an arrow, that's the usual, or yung mga Michael Bridges celebration na ginagamit din ng mga bata ngayon.
Actually, what I see most commonly is the ice in his veins celebration.
Or if you are I guess, a Pinoy, then parang the sheesh celebration.
Ayun yung ice in his veins.
Yeah, that one.
So may alternative calling pala yun, which is the sheesh celebration. Oo nga, no?
Aseldo. Siya na magbe-break ng press dito. Yes, 2 points so far for him. Foul will be called. Both teams still not in the penalty. Matipid sila sa fouls, but at the limit ng Mandaluyong rito. The last 39.9 seconds of our first. Mandaluyong still leading this ball game by 10. 17-7 behind nga ang 3-point shooting nila. Specifically,
Almonicar.
Yeah.
To your point about the fouls, Mandaluyong is second to the last in the league in fouls committed, which I think is a very big testament because this is a team that likes to press. Again, they're number 1 in steals per game. And usually the tendency, because you're too aggressive, is sometimes you get to foul your opponents.
Parang dahil gusto mo nga makaagaw, or maybe the pressure too overzealous at times. Mapipituan ka, but I guess a bit disciplined, just 4 so far. Sorry, miss there. Pero isa pang opportunity. Another end one play sana. But Matthew Aseldo would be content to get these 2 free throws.
Well, if we talked about discipline on the Mandaluyong side, discipline has to be consistent on the Manila side as well if they want a chance to beat Mandaluyong. Usually, ang gagawin mo dyan, papantayan mo yung disiplina. And then, hihigitan mo yung kalaban mo when it comes to effort.
A lot of effort very much needed here by the Pirates. Mga nakauna dito ang Mandaluyong. Leading by double digits. Their biggest so far. Aseldo misses on that first. So, I guess yung kalawang, maybe not the case dito for Mandaluyong. Almost 2 months back from their last game. Ang kondisyon pa rin talaga yung mga bata.
Well, Daphne did report about them being eager to have training sessions.
And good to have a rep again dahil lalo tong Pirates, they were a late entry here in our junior MPBL. Naghabol sila ng games. This is not their first back-to-back games. I remember covering yung kanilang second game here in the junior MPBL, and it was also a back-to-back game as Aceldo misses on that layup, but time will run out. And that will be the end of our first quarter. Mandaluyong taking this 9-point lead with them to the second quarter as we look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Beautiful fake and finish from Nathaniel Mabayad of the junior Microsmith for our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo.
Back with second quarter of action, Manila Pirates and Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith figuring in this 14-under matchup. Hi, Mem Dehar, kasama pa rin si Migs Gomez with Daphne Cristobal along our sidelines mula dito sa San Andres Sports Complex in Manila. A 9-point lead built by Mandaluyong behind their outside shooting. And speaking of outside shooting, mukhang baka magising na ang outside shooting din ito ng mga Pirates as Perito hits on that long ball.
That might just be the equalizer that they have been looking for. Only the first three-pointer of Manila in this game as compared to the three, all coming from Adrian Almonicar in the opening frame for Mandaluyong.
Almonicar with the 9 big points in the first quarter alone, helping the junior Microsmith build on this early lead. And press naman dito ang mga Pirata, trailing by 6.
There's a press break. That's a tough side to be in.
Kakabanggit mo nga lang kanina, Migs, no? Kapag nagpe-press ka, then you are a bit prone to fouls in that instance. First foul given up. Less than a minute has gone by sa ating second quarter.
I tell you, in terms of fouling, when you have an aggressive defense, it usually falls to the bench players. Because the starters are so used to playing already and they know that they're gonna get their playing time. Masyado namang agresibo yung nagiging usual mentality ng players coming off the bench. So they have to be more careful as compared to the starting five.
With this store, attacking 2 Pirates, fishing for that foul. He will go to the line. In time, special shoutout muna tayo. Mayor Maria Sheila Honey Lacuna. Shoutout po sa inyo, ma'am. Chief of Staff Jojo Santiago. Ang ating mascot director, Ruel de Guzman. PRB Director Rolando Marino. Of course, Colonel Robert Bordigoy Mupas, ang police security assistant natin dito sa Manila. Advance happy birthday na rin, Sir Jonas Humadi. Maraming salamat po for watching the Junior MPBL. Salamat po sa inyong suporta. And dagdag na rin natin, Team Manager of Mandaluyong Microsmith, 14-under Blue Perey. A lot of supporters
Oh,
natin
yeah.
dito sa Junior MPBL enjoying these Sunday festivities.
And thank you as well for your service, by the way. Not only your support, but everything that you do for the basketball teams that we have and the service to our country, especially to our government officials.
And Matik, regardless, government official ka ba? Or, you love basketball. Right?
Did I hear you say the word mascot in that greeting portion? May nasabi ka bang ganun? I'm not sure if I heard it right, but we do have mascots here in the Junior MPBL. And just so everybody knows, mahirap po kung ikaw yung nasa loob ng mascot na yun. Sobrang init at sobrang bigat po nun. So shout out to whoever the people are behind the mascots.
I actually said Basco, but
Basco.
I mean, I do feel you when you say that mascots and the difficulty in being inside one of those. As Gab Castro, sorry, miss inside. At foul from behind, whistles against a Manila Pirate. Meantime, punta muna tayo to our Daphne Cristobal for a report. Daphne?
If our online viewers are actually here at the San Andres Sports Complex, malilito kayo kung sino ba talaga ang may home court advantage because itong crowd ng Mandaluyong are actually going crazy since sila nga ang lamang. Pero when I spoke to the head coach of the Manila Pirates, itong si head coach King Epino, he told me na yesterday daw, ang ni-utilize niya ay bench players. So right now, yung core players niya very intact. So for their one last dance, it would require love for the game and maturity to finish the run on a high note. Gentlemen.
Talagang yung fans nga natin dito. Yes, it is a court in Manila. But Mandaluyong bringing with them a sizable crowd. And not just yung dami. Yung pati yung energy, yung ingay. Meron. And watching this game, the first quarter, talagang ramdam mo na yung kanilang presence.
I'll be honest, that's one of the best things that the Junior MPBL has to offer as Manila drains a three-pointer. Because these are kids that we are covering, they're being supported by their own families and friends. And usually, when you have a personal connection to the players themselves, your support tends to be louder.
Iba rin talaga, no? Pagka kaibigan mo, barkada mo, no? Kamag-anak mo, I'm sure. And the weekend is kind of the best way.
Tama,
Nandito mo na
Sunday
lang
nga naman.
i-boost yung energy mo, no? Shouting or screaming in support of your favorite team.
Tapos bukas, paus ka na sa trabaho mo. Back to Monday, folks.
Magtataka yung mga katrabaho mo. Anong ginawa mo nung weekend?
Papanoorin mo sa Junior MPBL.
Narinig mo yung humihiyaw doon. Ako yun. As Jelen controls this rebound, now just a 4-point lead para sa Mandaluyong. Outside shooting nga ng Pirates in the second quarter has gone working for them with a couple of threes.
Yeah, that's 2 3-pointers already. Will that be 3? No, sir.
Strong that time, Concepcion. Smallest guy on the court. Tracks it down. Atake muli ang Mandaluyong.
That's a walk.
Right on cue, traveling nga ang itatawag ng ating officials.
Mahirap kasi kung spin ka to one direction and then you go straight to a sidestep the other direction. More often than not, and I would even say 95%, that's going to be called a walk.
And some of, syempre, 14 under pa naman din tong kino-cover natin. Definitely a lot of kids na nahuhuli, shuffling their feet. I haven't recalled the game na wala pang tinawag na traveling dito sa mga batang to. So we see Aseldo attacking the hoop. And Daphne mentioned na yung bench players pala ang mas ni-utilize ng Manila in their game yesterday in Inares. So it may not be an excuse for them to be gassed in this ball game particularly.
That's totally a good point, though. That could have been their strategy. Kasi alam naman nila na pahirap ng pahirap yung kalaban nila. This is one of the contenders of the Junior MPBL, Mandaluyong Micro Smith. Bench scoring in this game for Manila only at 4 points, but obviously it's still way too early to conclude in that department. The good thing, though, is that Manila has outscored itong Mandaluyong so far in the second frame.
Trailed by as high as 10 in this ball game, talking about the Manila Pirates.
I want to add on to that bench thing just a bit here. Because this is their last dance, in the words of Daphne, in the regular season at least, no? And because these are kids, obviously, if you're a coach of the younglings, you would want to give maximum exposure. Dahil nabigyan na nga ng pagkakataon ng mga players na maging parte ng isang kupunan sa junior MPBL, might as well give them minutes on the floor.
I'm sure the coach is keeping that in mind as well, no? Na parang player 1 to 12 or to 15, kung ilan man ang dala mo, no? As much as possible, you give them some airtime. Some would call it as Bo Jelen, getting what I think is his first 2 of this ball game.
That's his first field goal. He made a free throw in the opening frame. But if you're a Manila guard, you have to be able to utilize him. Ayaw mo namang aabot na lang sa punto na taga-screen na lang at taga-rebound si Bo Jelen.
Perito attacking strong with that lefty finish. And don't look now, Migs. Tabla na tayo at 20.
What a start in the second frame for Manila after being down by 9 points, 8-17. By the way, they shot the ball a lot worse in the first quarter. But speaking of shooting, Almonicar just drained his 4th three-pointer in this game.
You would think the Pirates would, kind of stick to Almonicar much closer after his hot shooting sa ating first quarter, but picking up where he left. Oh! Dustin Bathan! And look at this crowd go wild, and I bet some Manila fans also applauding yung galaw na yun ni Dustin Bathan. Look at that move.
I tell you, I saw a person do that before, and his name is Michael Jordan.
Shades of MJ in that move, and nakapula rin naman sila. So baka nga, may kumukuha ng inspiration nung si Dustin Bathan. Plus a foul.
Yes. Bathan used to be an MVP before for San Beda, and because of that, he earned a contract with UST. Imagine that. He's only 14 years old, and he was already sought after by one of the biggest universities that the country has to offer.
26-20 our score. Mandaluyong now up by 6.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to.
Back with the last 4 minutes and 11 seconds of this second quarter. Manila and Mandaluyong figuring in this very close ball game after being tied at 20. A 6-0 run by Mandaluyong, but immediate response from the Pirates off that timeout. Aseldo, sabi niya meron din naman akong end one baong dito. Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL.
Now, we did talk about that possible matchup in Dustin Bathan versus Matthew Aseldo. Obviously, that's now being shown to us by these two young studs as Bathan gets the board. This is what I want to see for the rest of the ball game. I don't want to see a lopsided matchup because these are two talented squads with a fired up crowd here in San Andres.
As Bathan now scoring on that three-pointer. And we just might see that. Baka magdilang Angel Kamigs that Aseldo and Bathan be figuring out on this marquee matchup. Hindi siya na-highlight in the pregame. I'm sure Aseldo up to the assignment.
We're back to the press. A very deadly press of Mandaluyong. But in this game, they won't be featuring Castro at the top of it.
So we see Matthew Aseldo getting his second assist of the ball game. His favorite recipient, Bo Jelen, getting that short stab.
I did say it, you have to reward your big man because that's the way for you to keep him activated. Kailangan ganado yan, moving on the court and doing the hustle stats of the game.
Yan, mas lalo pa niyang sisipagan, no? And make himself available underneath. As Bathan, siya naman na makakahanap kay Castro.
I hope everybody realizes just how hard that was. Batan almost lost his balance. He could have traveled easily. And also, the feed to Castro was off-angled. It wasn't the easiest to deliver.
And scoring now picking up for both teams. As Bo Jelen hitting back-to-back baskets.
Gotta give credit as well to the big men for finishing inside.
Hindi sinasayang din yung mga hanap ng kanilang teammates as Bathan pulls up from the K.
This guy's a star. And obviously, we're seeing it right now in front of our own eyes. He's well on pace for a double-double again.
Aseldo too deep. Makakabawi. 7-point advantage para sa Mandaluyong. They go to Bathan once again, and why not?
Look at that matchup.
Bathan staring face-to-face with Aseldo. Uses the screen. Pulls up, same spot. Different result. Bo Jelen corrals it.
But for a 14-year-old to be able to play the two-man game like that, he's of high IQ already at such a young age.
He finds Castro once again. Kaso nabubble nito ni Gab Castro. Finds Eli. Misses that shot. Might have been intimidated by that Jelen defense.
Jelen's getting a bit tired though. Mandaluyong would want to utilize their offense against him.
Another end one brought to us by Matthew Aseldo. Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Talagang Aseldo, no? Yes, Dustin Bathan, I know what you can do. But guess what? I can do that as well. And siya nga ang talagang marquee player nitong Manila Pirates, and at least in this first half. Showing us why that's the case.
But to your point, Bathan does have 8 points and 6 rebounds. Aseldo, on the other hand, has 9 now with 4 boards. And they're tied in assists at 2 apiece. At sila pa nagbabantayan ngayon.
What a treat for us on this Sunday as once again, Bathan finding Gab Castro. You would think parang deja vu yung play na tong ginagawa niya Bathan and Gab Castro. But the Pirates mukhang sasak sila nitong atake ni Bathan.
Well, if you're Gab Castro, you have to be very much aware of that. You could get a lot of easy looks. You just have to be ready for the help defense. And you have to be ready ultimately for free throws. I tell you this, Jaime, I played Summer League before, and I'm usually a 2 or a 3. I had to transition as a 5 in that tournament. But because I had such a good point guard, my life was so easy just receiving the ball inside. And I even ended up averaging 30 points a game just because of having a good playmaker. So Gab Castro has to be able to utilize Dustin Bathan's ability.
Especially in today's ano na rin, no, tong laro natin ngayon, that it's not like I'll dump it in the post and you go to work. It's really breaking down the defense, making yourself available as you pointed out, Gab Castro, and yung performance mo nga sa Summer League brought about by having a court general that was able to find you consistently. On the reverse, Zeta chopping this lead down to just 5, 35 to 30. Timeout muna tayo dito. Abante ng 5 ang Mandaluyong.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Ligan ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod.
Back with the last 58.1 seconds of the second quarter. Dito pa rin tayo sa San Andres Sports Complex sa lungsod ng Maynila. Atid sa inyong 14-under matchup of the Manila Pirates and Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith. Just the 7th of 9 games na meron tayo ngayong araw. 16 and 18 under matchup for these two teams as well will be our treat for this evening.
And we're certainly off to a good start for Mandaluyong versus Manila. I hope everybody gets to appreciate the crowd as well. As pointed out by Daphne, even though this is technically home court advantage for Manila, it sure feels like domination, at least from the roars of the Mandaluyong crowd.
And they just might be picking off from the energy din nung huling matchup between San Pedro and Imos.
Oh, yeah.
That was a wild finish. So Bathan coming up with this steal. Almost losing it.
Niya dun.
Won't able to finish was Mandaluyong as Jelen again secures another rebound. Shot clock is off. Manila Pirates can offer the last shot. So foul will be whistled and penalty na not yet in the penalty is Mandaluyong.
That's a youthful mistake right there. If you're Manila, you have to learn how to use up the clock. Make sure that you will have the last possession because you're potentially giving up momentum to your opponent if they're able to score once more after your initial possession.
And that's something we've actually observed in a lot of ball games, lalo sa ganitong edad, that we say that, okay, shot clock is off and they can hold for the last shot, but maybe 7 out of 10 times, they don't.
Yeah.
Manila will try to do that. Baluyot looking at the clock.
Now
they have 5 to work with. Nice pass inside. Won't be able to finish. Was Falyar for the Pirates. But sticking there is Manila against Mandaluyong. 5-point lead na lamang para sa Junior Microsmith heading into the second half. As once again, we look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game and wala nang iba. This MJ-esque move by Dustin Bathan. That end one against Aceldo for Apex Gaming move. Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Back with the second half in just a bit.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga.
Just a few minutes before we resume our second half of action in our matchup between the Manila Pirates and the Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith in the 14 under division. We look at some highlights of the first 20 minutes of action. Mandaluyong had that hot start despite that long layoff nga, Migs, no? Mandaluyong really, kind of picked up where they left off a couple of months ago. Itong Manila naman, despite just playing yesterday, keeping in stride against the junior Microsmith.
I like the battle that's happening right now in front of us. Field goal shooting natin, magkalapit lang. No? 12 out of 32 and 13 out of 22. That's almost the same in this game. Obviously, the three-point shooting helped out for Mandaluyong in the opening quarter, but there was a bit of neutralization that happened for Manila in the second frame. I like the way Manila break the press as well of Mandaluyong in the second quarter. Obviously, that was a big factor in the opening frame, causing Manila to already have 10 turnovers in this matchup. So, we shall continue with this great showdown.
And speaking of showdown, Matthew Aceldo and Dustin Bathan figuring on their own battles. Sila nga nagbabantayan ng ating first half, and we really would want to see more of that para masubukan nga din natin itong depensa din itong dalawang bata. Because we know what they could do in the offensive end of the floor given their averages and early assignment nga sa kanila to try and stop each other. Let's see who would win in those battles and who would eventually win the war. Third quarter resumes. Long jumper would miss for Mandaluyong. Interesting though, Aceldo not on the floor here for the Pirates at the beginning of the second half. Kick out to Perito.
Oh, that's because Aceldo already has 3 fouls in this game. You're going to have to conserve him. Because definitely in the end game, that's when you need your star.
Tingnan natin if Pirates would be able to hold the fort without their leading scorer on the floor. Baluyot would set it up for Manila. Gets the ball back. Napo swings it to Perito. To Jelen. Makes a move inside. Able to finish.
Well, if you're Mandaluyong, you're also playing without Gab Castro on the floor. So being able to neutralize Jelen like that, that's a big testament, especially to the next big guy right there wearing the jersey number 25, Valiente. He has big shoes to fill.
Literally, no?
Oh.
Big shoes to fill as we see Bo Jelen figuring on that defensive stop. Naman yung haba din, no? Hindi lang siya matangkad eh. Talagang mahaba din siya. Tingnan mo naman Almonicar, I doubt if he saw the ring. Literally in that attempt, blocked by Bo Jelen.
Jelen is number 7 in the league in blocks per game at 2.3.
Perito, Pinoy stepping his way through, won't go, but Jelen there once again.
That's too easy, and he's come a long way. Jelen hails from Mindanao. I believe it's Davao or Negros, either one of the two. But then again, because he idolized a certain Letran player, he actually called up Letran. That gave him the opportunity to play here.
Tama naman, no? Kung sabi nga nila, no, if you don't ask, then the answer would always be no. So in the case of Bo Jelen, happy for him na took the shot. Kita naman natin, may laro din talaga tong bata.
His idol, by the way, is Andy Hemao, who now is in the States. He's come a longer way.
An inspiring story din, no, for Andy Hemao, together with Clay Thompson. And I bet some of these kids would also have a similar opportunity, hopefully. As punta muna tayo kay Daphne Cristobal for a report. Daphne.
Hi, Min Mix. It's evident that there was completely inconsistency dito sa side ng Manila Pirates. Kaya naman for head coach King Ipino, he was quick to remind his men na huwag kayo dapat nagmamadali. One play at a time and do not rattle. He ended the huddle by telling them na yung inconsistency na yun, palitan nyo na dapat hindi kayo manggigigil at walang mapipilitan in every move that they make para makuha nila ang kanilang back-to-back victories ngayong gabi. Balik sa inyo.
And they're doing a great job so far in dito sa ating second half. Lead down to 3 now and tabla na nga tayo muli. 35 all after that Perito 3.
A badly needed 3 by Manila at that, because three-point shooting has been controlled by Mandaluyong in this game. And you did mention Aceldo's not here, so who can step up? But now Matthew is back. Oh,
And
was he
just
called for a foul?
seems like it. Challenging that three-pointer and that 4-point play, a very rare 4-point play. And yun na nga, siya na nga mapipituan dito. Sabi nga natin, he has to kind of preserve those fouls. And that is his 4th. Parang wala pa yata isang minuto na kakabalik lang niya dito sa ating 3rd quarter. Concepcion will complete that 4-point play. Tawag muna nga ng timeout dito ang mga Pirata. They are trailing by 4, 39-35 with the last 6 and 40 of our 3rd.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
We resume our 2nd quarter action, third quarter of action, the last 6 and 30. Pirates after tying this ball game. And after that short discussion, scoring immediately. Talagang ayaw nilang magpaiwan dito sa Mandaluyong.
I like the fact that even though they have been connecting with a couple of threes, they have dominated the paint. Itong Manila Pirates, now they have the advantage. There's 26-14. They just have to do a better job on defense, closing out the shooters of Mandaluyong.
Jelen missing inside after that offensive rebound. Just a 2-point lead para sa Mandaluyong. Manila Pirates able to tie this ball game a couple of times, but can't just get over that hump. Dito sa Mandaluyong, as Concepcion scrambling, will recover, goes to Eli baseline, turnaround won't go. Pirates will run. This is Napo. He takes it all the way with a left.
That's 2 more points in the paint for Manila. That's a good way for you to neutralize the impact of the offense of Mandaluyong. They're tied again.
Tied at 20, tied at 35, now tied at 39. Talagang itong Manila Pirates. And despite the loss of Matthew Aseldo nga, who is nursing 4 fouls, hanging in there against this top team of Mandaluyong. They would get another opportunity dito to take the lead now.
It looks like they're really challenging the outside shooting of Mandaluyong. Not necessarily 3-point shooting. Maybe the
I'm here with
mid-range as well.
Assistant Coach Kokoy Reyes of Team Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith. Coach, so far, maganda po ang pinapakita ng team ninyo. So sa tingin nyo po, ano pa po yung i-require ninyo para mas maging consistent sila pagdating po ng 4th quarter?
Kasi nangyayari medyo matagal yung ano ng laro namin, 'di ba? So medyo yung first quarter medyo nahirapan ng konti yung mga player namin na medyo yung iba gigil. Then after the good thing nung second quarter medyo nakapag-adjust na, nagkaroon na ng konting teamwork. Tapos yung mga player namin na i-convert na yung mga 3-point. Maganda yung shooting ng ibang player namin pero talagang nung una talagang medyo nahirapan kami kasi halos lahat puro gigil sila eh. So basta continue lang yung defense namin, yun talagang number 1 ano namin sa team is yung sa defense namin. Kailangan laging lahat takbo, mga bata, hindi po pwedeng tatamad-tamad, kundi labas ka agad. Ayun lang.
Coach Kokoy, depensa talaga ang magiging puhunan sa larong ito. Meron po ba kayong gustong pasalamatan ngayon or batian?
Unang-una gusto namin pasalamatan yung team manager namin, si Blue Perey. Okay, then yung head coach namin, siyempre si Coach Michael Perey. Tapos yung consultant namin, si Coach Mark Herrera, si Coach Jay Cruz, si Coach Hiner, and si Coach Junel. And gusto ko rin sana mag-shoutout yung apo ko. Nanonood yung anak ko ngayon, si Amari Sofia. Thank you for watching. And yung family ko, syempre sa Mandaluyong. And lahat ng mga fans ng Junior MPBL at saka Mandaluyong team. That's all.
Thank you so much, Coach Kokoy. And syempre po, good luck po sa team ninyo. And syempre, a huge thank you din sa ating Apex Gaming 88 for being the fun here in the Junior MPBL para suportahan ng ating mga manlalarong kabataan. Let's bring out the sheer fun of gaming with Apex Gaming 88. Pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit ang inyong phone. Play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Elevate your game only with Apex Gaming 88. But gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun mga kaliga. Game responsibly. Parental supervision is advised. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Daphne. Interesting report, no? Dahil tama naman, pang napansin natin that Mandaluyong, dahil matagal nga ang kanilang last game, may gigil pa
Yes.
yung mga bata.
Now, the good thing is the sense of accountability that they have in their team. Because this is a team that, you can argue is deep. They have a good amount of talent. They're very competitive in the way they play. It's easier for you to be more accountable. Sabi nga ni Coach, no? Kamali ka, o di hindi maganda nilalaro mo, labas ka. We do have the luxury of replacing you.
Bawal ang tatamad-tamad. That was the words that he used. So, kung ikaw yung player, you wanna stay on the floor, no? Really gonna give it 100% each and every play. And especially at this age, yung disiplina na yan, mabuo mo. Hopefully, they can carry that on in their 16, 18 under. Baka sila din yung makita natin later on. Perito tries again from outside. I think he knew that was good. That didn't stay down.
So now the Manila crowd is slowly but surely coming alive. This is a nice battle in and out the court.
Batan loses the basketball, but foul will be given up here by Perito. It's the third team foul here for the Pirates. So itong Manila nga, Migs, hanging in there, but just can't seem to finish yung kanilang comeback so far, right? They've been able to tie this ball game and bring us to a deadlock. But every time din natatabla ng Manila, the response from Mandaluyong has been immediate.
Well, if you ask me, if I'm Manila, the goal is to just at least keep at it. Be in this game. Buy some time for your star, Matthew Aceldo, for him to return at the latter part of the fourth quarter. So now the responsibility falls on the shoulders of these players of the second unit. Let me tell you, the pressure is on for them.
It's a long three off the glass. That won't go. Concepcion will run it for Mandaluyong. Another three-pointer. Well, almost bounces in. Almost about to say na mintis yun. Pero bumalik yung bola. Almost found his way inside the basket.
Bumaba na yung porsyento ni Almonicar from downtown. He's now down to 40% at 4 out of 10.
Si Baluyot's layup will miss. And Jelen underneath once again. Ayaw. Another opportunity. Kicks it out to Perito. Pull-up jumper. That works.
Perito might just be the answer that Manila has been looking for. He does fit that body frame of Matthew Aceldo. So let's see if he can continue here.
I must admit, Migs, first time ko na-cover itong Manila. Actually, nasa swap ko sila.
Oh, diba?
I say,
Medyo mahirap eh.
I say Perito, pero si Aceldo pala yun and vice versa. Yeah. Almonicar tries once again. There you go. Bumaba na ba yung percentage ko, Migs?
Now he's up to around 45%. What celebration is that? That's the Mikal Bridges without the head fake?
It's Concepcion all alone.
And that was a business decision right there by Manila's Baluyot to just go out of the way. But it's a bit ironic because Concepcion is smaller than him. He could have also contested that shot.
Is now a 7-point advantage for Mandaluyong as we look at this Almonicar 3-ball and that Mikal Bridges celebration. Last minute and 11 of our third when we are back.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Still here in the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila, bringing you hot youth action sa ating Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Sa Pirates off that timeout immediately turns that ball over.
Almonicar playing great defense, complementing his prior three-pointer. He's up to 15 points with 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals now as an unsportsmanlike foul which is called.
But look at him just smiling. No? And maybe if you're the Pirates, this might be something that works against Almonicar as he's been torching you from outside.
Let's see what happened. Ooh.
Parang nagtatanong lang naman to si Almonicar. Saan ba masarap kumain dito sa Manila? Ganun lang naman ata.
The problem was, as much as, some gestures like those, actually, minsan nakalusot yan eh. Pero dapat alam mo kung nasan yung referees natin. I'm not encouraging you to find out and examine further the positions of the referees at kung paano ka makalusot. Moreover, huwag nyo lang isipin yun. Isipin nyo na lang, they have eyes all over the court. They even have a 4th man that might get you caught eventually. Now, the bigger thing here for Almonicar is that going to disrupt his momentum? Because that's going to sit him down for 3 minutes. Will he have his rhythm back when he returns later on in the 4th frame?
Not sure if I heard that correctly, but out of the playing court.
Oh, he was
seems
ejected?
to be whistled by our venue announcer. So we... Yep. And that is confirmed to us just at this moment that Almonicar would no longer be back for the Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith after that unsportsmanlike foul. Dahil yun nga, earlier, he was whistled for the technical foul for taunting. And a big blow for the Junior Microsmith.
Just so everybody knows, the accumulation of technical fouls and unsportsmanlike fouls, basta makadalawa ka lang sa dalawang categories na iyon, will get you out of the game. And there might also be some implications as to Almonicar's presence in their next outing. So abangan po natin yan from the Commissioner's office. That's going to be crucial because if you ask me, I would have given him the Best Player of the Game award, si Adrian Almonicar. The good thing for Mandaluyong is that they do have Gab Castro and Dustin Bathan present in this game. So their stars are still here.
And something that Almonicar would definitely have to look at and, learn from. Learning experience para sa kanya. As Mandaluyong will try to run. They're still holding in an 8-point lead dito. Bathan with the lefty finish. Won't go. Ano naman yung hiyawan talaga ng crowd dito, Mix? And hindi po Manila ang nagkaroon ng opportunity na yun. It was Mandaluyong. Dustin Bathan will go to the line for 2.
Bathan's numbers in this game. He has 12.7 rebounds and 4 assists. You also have to check his steals. Now at 3 in this matchup. As the littlest guy in the roster of Mandaluyong checks in, that is Ivo Manalastas. And boy, was I observing him during the pregame. I was comparing his height to Gab Castro's. It looks like he's exactly half of the length of Gab on the court. And there you see him for proportion.
And I feel for you, Ivo Manalastas. Probably at your age was also that tall. So, hindi naman yung crowd ng Mandaluyong. No? Really, pagpasok pa lang niya Manalastas. Immediate cheer, immediate support. Sino namang hindi gaganahan. And both Jelen spinning in the lane. I get he's trying to be aggressive against Gab Castro. Kaso yun nga, baka masyado siya nagmadali in making that spin move.
Yeah, to your point, that's actually a pretty common move. But you have to be quicker with your dribble. Kailangan masabay pa yung crossover and dribble mo. Encho Serrano does that a lot. Dribbling to the left and then spinning to the right. So we can work on it.
Sabi nga ni Coach Melo Navarro in one of our coverages, ibang ang mabilis sa nagmamadali.
Oo.
Speaking of mabilis, Concepcion. Penetrating inside, Baluyot coming up with a steal and it takes it all the way. Can't get that to go. Battle for the rebound.
A great effort by Manila's number 24. Itong si David. Because Bathan actually already had possession there. He just had to put his hands on the ball, and because of the jump ball possession arrow, they will get possession.
Last 7.6 in our third, but they would lose it. Batan has 5 to work with. Could take it all the way. Does exactly that. Fishes for that foul. Ano naman yung talino din ito ni Dustin Batan. He knew exactly that after he came up with that steal, may oras pa to get to the other end.
Well, that's the exposure and the learning that he obviously has had throughout the years of playing organized basketball. He's competing against a lot of kids who obviously are getting their first try at a high level of playing basketball in the Philippines. No? So that's already his advantage. IQ has come a long way for Dustin. Now the question is, can he continue leading the way for Mandaluyong?
Able to convert on that first though. Just 0.9 seconds remaining. Our third period. Trying to extend this 7-point advantage para sa junior Microsmith. Gets the second to trickle in. Babato na lamang to ng mga Pirata. And time will run out. Still just a single-point advantage para sa Mandaluyong. Despite the absence of Matthew Aceldo, Mandaluyong will take this 8-point lead with them for the last 10 minutes of action as we look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. For the Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith, Batan finding Sarmiento for that breakaway layup for our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Back with the fourth quarter in just a few.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL.
Fourth and final quarter, Manila, Mandaluyong. On this 14-under matchup sa ating Apex Gaming 88. Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Hi, ma'am, they are still here with Mix Gomez bringing you the action live from the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila. 8-point lead being enjoyed dito by Mandaluyong. But Manila has been able to tie this ball game a couple of times, especially in that third quarter. Pero yun nga, Mandaluyong able to find it in them to not allow Manila to break down the door after knocking several times.
Well, obviously, losing your star player, Matthew Aceldo, because of foul trouble has been a big factor in this game. Pinipiga na nga ng Manila, no? Yung kaya nila makuha from their other players. But Aceldo is now back and he's playing with 4 fouls.
And despite Aceldo's 4 fouls, you would look to be aggressive pa rin. And maraming baon to. He's been on the bench for quite a while. And dito naman sa kabila, Migs, no? The loss of their shooter earlier, tong si
Adrian
Almonicar. Tingnan natin kung mararamdaman nila din yan at the end of this ball game.
If you ask me, if you would compare those two, Aceldo would be the bigger loss, especially for Manila. On the other hand, Dustin Batan has been playing splendid basketball again. Gab Castro has been consistent for them as a steady presence. You can argue the same for both Jelen on the other end. Jelen has even better numbers of 9 points and 15 rebounds. As we get to see a peek of the crowd, sila po yung dahilan kung bakit sobrang ingay dito sa San Andres Sports Complex.
And syempre, all smiles dahil their team leading in this ball game 52-44 now, 8-point advantage. And they would try to weather the storm brought about by the Manila Pirates the last 8 and 55 of this ball game.
How about Manalastas playing man-to-man against Aceldo?
Snapo almost loses it. Baluyot now. They have 6 to work with. They go to Aceldo. He pulls up from 3. And off the glass. Who says the bank is closed on Sunday? Kisses the crowd.
I tell you, that was good defense by Ivo Malastas. But obviously, the height disadvantage was a factor there.
Maybe some home court advantage as well. No? Manang, nakausap niya yung board. And he had to put that up. The shot clock was winding down. It's Mandaluyong now ang susubok. Too strong. Just one and done here for the junior Microsmith.
Oh, that's a walk. He should have put the ball down first. Ito si Matthew Aceldo.
Our officials really consistent in making that call.
The thing is, because this is the first opportunity for a lot of these players to play, you know, at a high level of organized basketball, marami din tayo nakikita mga tendencies that you can assume nakakalusot yan sa mga barangay leagues, sa mga intertowns, even some, you know, some more leagues at the lower level. No? So they have to really develop some good habits here in the junior MPBL.
Zeta inside. Would miss, but Bo Jelen once again. Back to a single possession ball game, 52-49. So with the Pirates talagang hanging in there, breathing down the necks once again of Mandaluyong.
Jelen has been very steady in this game with a double-double now of 11 and 16. But he's called for a foul.
So nice hand siya doon ni Eli. Able to get him to bite. Siguro nailang siya dahil kung ako rin naman ang mag-aabang sa tira ni Dustin Batan, I wouldn't think it would be that off. At nahulog nga sa kamay nito ni Eli, giving us this power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the junior MPBL.
Now, of course, we do have respect for Dustin Batan, but I do give props to Eli for positioning himself the best way. There is actually an art to it in boxing out. Merong certain mechanics yan as to where you should position yourself, and it is opposite the board. It's hard to describe it without a visual aid, but that is it. Opposite the board, so from the right wing, you have to position at the left side and vice versa.
And in that case, nga, Batan took that shot from the right wing, and Eli able to position himself on the other end, giving himself an opportunity to get that board as from the corner. Baluyot, and here comes the Manila crowd now.
Boy, what a game this is. Folks, I hope you didn't miss out on that previous game between Imus and San Pedro. That was basically a teaser for everybody for this matchup.
Aceldo taking all the way. Flexing his muscles, tying this ball game now at 54. And I don't know when was the last time I said this, Migs, but chance for Manila to take the lead.
Let's see the stats here. The biggest lead was 10 points for Mandaluyong in this matchup. Kabila naman, 2 puntos lang for Manila. And obviously, that happened early in this game. It's been a while, but we give credit to Manila. We are no strangers to games like this. A ton of comebacks have already happened in the history of junior MPBL. Oh my goodness.
Aceldo once again! Kahit siya nagulat dun sa tira niya eh.
And now, Manila has the lead.
56-54 now. Batan trying to respond. Looks for Castro. Stolen. Takbo na naman ng Manila. Aceldo muli. Sidestepping his way through. Gets the foul this time. Hit on the head. Opportunity to extend this 2-point lead for Manila.
You see how much difference your star player can do for you in this game. Aceldo's presence has been a dominant force for the Pirates. We saw them having a hard time breaking down the defense of Mandaluyong in the third frame. Aceldo, ironically, he has had to do this in a safe manner because he's been playing with 4 fouls. But he is also carrying on his momentum from yesterday's best player selection of himself.
And not sure if you've noticed how Matthew Aceldo takes his free throws, Migs. One of the more interesting routines that we have here in the junior MPBL. He puts his left foot forward from the free throw line and then steps back. And speaking of a, sort of a step back, Bo Jelen showing us na hindi lang naman panloob. I would also show you a sweet J.
So now it's a dynamic duo of Manila coming alive. Oh my goodness, what an answer that was from Kyle Concepcion.
Big 3 coming from Mandaluyong. Baba naman sa 2. Kalamangan dito ng Manila. And they come up with a steal. Concepcion with a foot race. Takes it all the way. Tabla na naman tayo dito, Migs. 59 all. What a ball game.
And we're going back and forth.
Aceldo sasagot. Fishes for that foul once again. Continues to be aggressive is Matthew Aceldo.
We gotta slow down at some point. Yes, we'll take the action. It is as exciting as it can get, but these kids have to preserve their energies as well. With 5 minutes and 40, that's a long way to go.
We're in the fourth quarter sa mga taong na just tuned in. From as high as 10 was Manila's deficit kanina. But after Matthew Aceldo returned in this ball game, nursing those 4 fouls which he got early in the third quarter. Kababalik pa nga lang sa kanya dun, no? Tapos got that foul from that three-pointer by Concepcion. Kinailangan nga siyang iupo. Maybe a silver lining is well preserved for this fourth quarter. And yung pahinga na yan, talagang binubuhos niya dito.
Now you can't be too eager if you're Matthew Aceldo. Yes, you're fresh right now. But again, this will take a lot from you in the last 5 minutes as Castro answers back on the other end.
And now Mandaluyong takes back the lead, 61-60. It's a foul from the backcourt given up. That would be the 4th team foul, putting Mandaluyong at the limit. So they also have to be careful, as any foul moving forward would mean 2 free throws for the Pirates.
This might just be a free throw shooting game by the end of it, because yes, the pressure is there, the sense of urgency as well from the players. You could expect pressure defense coming in, which might mean a ton of fouls.
Napo would set it up, goes to Aceldo. He drives baseline, his floater is good. Kumbaga si Abenohar, si Almonicar kanina, daming celebrations, but Aceldo just going to that mean mug.
May signature siya. This is his time.
Nice drop pass inside to Eli.
Gotta check the fouls of Gelin. That's his 2nd foul, so that's a good sign for Manila.
Naisahan sila doon, no? Gandang hanap ni Concepcion. Finding his big man inside. But rewarded with 2 free throws. Malik na ulit ang kalamangan dito sa Manila, 62-61. Last 4 and 51 sa ating 4th and final quarter. So Eli has a chance to take the lead back para sa junior Microsmith.
Yes, 4 points with 6 rebounds so far. We just talked about free throw shooting. It might be the case by the end of this game. So let's give the update. 11 out of 18 right now. That's close to 60% for Mandaluyong. And it's 5 out of 17. That's much worse. 29% for Manila.
I was just about to say na parang mababa yung percentage nitong Mandaluyong. But Manila, meron pa rin may isasama pa pala. They come up with a steal. Aceldo once again! A bang in the bucket! And going once again to that mean mug celebration.
Boy, has he come alive at the right time for Manila. Yes, he needed to be preserved because of foul trouble. It was actually a risky steal that he made. He could have been called for a foul if he mistimed it, but obviously that wasn't the case. And so he continues to pour in the points here in the 4th quarter.
24 now para kay Matthew Aceldo. Consistent talaga to. Best player of the game yesterday. And from the looks of it, if they finish off itong kanilang comeback, impending another best player of the ball game coming up for him, and egging the crowd now to chant defense. 4-point lead para sa Manila. Concepcion sidestepping his way through. Gets the ball to Eli. Stolen by the Pirates. Napo, masusundutan from behind. Concepcion with a steal. Counter steal. Loose ball scramble. Napo would lose it. It's Bathan now. Ito na rin ang oras ni Bathan. If ikaw si Dustin Bathan, might take your cue from Matthew Aceldo na magising na rin ang iyong opensa. Sa Manila, not yet at the penalty. But they are also at the limit now.
That's their last foul to give.
Sabi mo nga, Migs, it just might be a free throw shooting contest. As we look at the crowd of Mandaluyong.
He stepped out of bounds.
Turnover here para sa Mandaluyong. And Manila would have an opportunity to extend this lead further. They've built a 4-point lead, and I say built. Kasi they've been trailing for 95% of this ball game. Ngayon pa lamang sila nakabuo ng kalamangan. Si Perito, pull it back. They go to Aceldo once again. Looking to drop it off to Falyar, but foiled. Bathan, only Napo to beat. He will win that battle.
Wow. Winning that foot race was looking challenging up until the last second. Dustin just escaped.
Perito misses, but Jelin also missing on that second try. Still a 2-point lead though para sa Manila.
You gotta give it to Dustin.
And ito na nga si Dustin Bathan. Challenged by Jelin. Gab Castro would miss. Maaagawan na nga siya dito. Nabitawan ni Perito ang bola. Dumulas. Concepcion recovers. Bathan na naman. Eli! Bang in the bucket! Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Tabla na naman tayo, Migs, at 65.
Boy, what a position to be in if you're Eli. The ball just dropped onto his own hands. It wasn't even an intentional pass coming from Dustin Bathan. It was swiped, and then Eli was there. Good recovery by him on the jump stop. Now he has 6 points with 6 rebounds. He really also has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, being that complementarity power forward to Gab Castro.
Because Gab Castro hasn't been producing the usual points, at least. The numbers para kay Gab Castro, especially in this fourth quarter. Eli making a case for himself, stepping up on the offensive end, but unable to complete that 3-point play. Almost losing it, but Aceldo recovers. Yep. Traveling will be called against him. Lost the basketball. Tried to, I guess, sell na hindi niya pa na-dribble. One of the few things, I guess, na pwede nating masabi kay Matthew Aceldo in this fourth quarter that doesn't go his way.
Oh, he's had a near-perfect fourth quarter. To your point, as we get to see some beautiful kids wearing Manila Pirates jerseys at the sidelines. Aceldo now has 4 turnovers in this game.
As Concepcion hits that 3-pointer. Lamang na ulit ang Mandaluyong dito, 68-65.
Well, with the absence of Almonicar, Kyle Concepcion has definitely stepped up.
Baluyot blocked on the other end. Bathan looking to attack. Try to drop it off again to Gab Castro, yung hindi mabasa ng mga pirata. That time, they were wise to it. Aceldo pulling up. Can he gets his 3-pointer to go? Tied once again at 68. Last 2 and 29 in the fourth quarter. Aceldo unconscious, Migs.
Oh my goodness. I thought that it was absolutely a bad shot. But first, we take a look at this 3-pointer by Kyle Concepcion, who I mentioned has stepped up in the absence of Almonicar. But on the other end, I wouldn't have expected Aceldo to just stop and pop from downtown. But you did say that he's had almost a perfect fourth quarter, so that's definitely a heat check for you.
Back with the last 2 minutes and 29 in just a few.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune.
And before we resume our action dito sa ating Junior MPBL, of course, would like to look at our Honorable Buboy Fernandez, head trainer of our Fighting Senator Manny Pacquiao, enjoying this Sunday's festivities. And of course, Grace Ramos, executive with Apex Gaming 88, with Boss Kenji and Boss Yuji. Salamat po sa inyong suporta. And kung may pipiliin silang panoorin, then hindi sila nagkamali ng pinuntahang laro. As Mandaluyong and Manila figuring in this tug of war. Lamang ang Manila, lamang ang Mandaluyong. Tabla na naman tayo at 68. Last 2 and 10 in this ball game. Open from the corner. Napa would miss. Jelen gets an offensive rebound.
Boy,
Diving
what
for
an
the ball.
effort.
Look at that. A hustle by Sarmiento. By Concepcion, rather.
I want to see the numbers of Concepcion in this game. He already has 4 steals, complement his 16 points.
Ellie to the corner. They swing it. Finds Bathan underneath. Beautiful find by Chumako. 2-point lead now para sa Mandaluyong. Baluyot goes to Jelen. Hesitated for just a second. Called for that traveling violation to the delight of this pro Mandaluyong crowd, I would say. Yeah, Baluyot goes to Jelen. Yep. Shuffled his feet before he dribbled that basketball, and the official right there to blow the whistle. Mandaluyong naman ang susubukang protektahan itong kalamangan nila. Just 2 points. Looking for Castro sa loob. Foiled. Still 9 to work with. Di nila kailangan magmadali dito. Are the junior Microsmith. They go to Bathan. Long 3 ball. Won't go. Rebound in traffic for Palyar. He will be fouled from behind, and this would mean free throws for the Pirates. As we see a player on the floor. I believe this is Lloyd Ellie for the junior Microsmith. So look at that replay. Bathan had to put it up. Shot clock was running down. Palyar up high for that board. Fortunately, yun nga, an inadvertent contact to Ellie.
Now, obviously, that was purely unintentional, just pure effort on the court by both Ellie and Palyar, who got the board. You got to give credit to those guys. Even though they haven't been scoring as much, they have stayed consistent. These are the unsung heroes that we usually have in a basketball game. Palyar is scoreless in this game, but he will be taking 2 crucial free throws.
Very important free throws nga dito for the Manila Pirates as the crowd trying to distract him as much as they can. Hits the first. Kontra naman dito ang Manila Pirate crowd. Of course, enjoying hitting that first free throw from Palyar. Even more important, second free throw to tie our ball game once again. And he gets that to rattle in, just like he drew it up. Tied at 70 with the last minute and 6 of our ball game. Concepcion with a floater. Hits it! If it has been a Celdo for the Pirates, we go to Cal Concepcion for the junior Microsmith.
Imagine that. We've been talking about Dustin Bathan and Gab Castro all game long. Even Adrian Almolicar started things off for Mandaluyong. But who would have thought the next small guy on the floor in Kyle Concepcion would be their hero. He's up to 18 points with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals in this game.
Back with the last minute and 1 dito sa ating 14-under matchup of Mandaluyong and Manila.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine.
Last 61 seconds remaining in this ball game. Just 2 points separating Mandaluyong and Manila. Talagang na-inspire nga from the previous matchup of Imos and San Pedro. We're setting up for this wild finish as well. Manila looking to tie or take the lead in this possession. They go to Aceldo. He is trapped. Recovers. Trying to create for himself, gets fouled from behind. Concepcion will be whistled for this one. And Aceldo has been producing, but this time he will be tested from the charity stripe.
And Aceldo's free throw shooting hasn't been going so well for him. He's only at 4 out of 10, but now he looks to be cramping up. This is not good.
It has been a Herculean effort dito para kay Matthew Aceldo.
And I tell you, that defense was very tight on him. It took a lot of effort for him to just receive the ball in that inbound sequence. And with a lot of energy already drained, more had to be required for him to attack. So this would be a big concern for Manila. Can he continue and shoot free throws? Now the other option here is if he would be subbed out on a mandatory manner, Manila has an opportunity to select its best free throw shooter off the bench. But it looks like Aseldo is good to go.
Yun yung ano dun, trade-off dun, Migs, eh, no? I mean, baka naman nga may iniinda to si Matthew Aseldo, which would affect the 2 shots coming up. But at the same time, if he does sit down due to that mandatory, then you cannot immediately bring him back into
Yes.
the ball game.
First free throw is good. He's now 5 out of 11 from the stripe. Not the best percentage, but again, this guy has been scorching hot in the 4th quarter. He now has 29 points.
What might be his 30th point can't come at a more important time here for the Pirates. Calmly sinks 2 of 2, 72-72. Tabla na naman tayo dito. Last 54.9 when we get back.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Tied at 72, Mandaluyong and Manila. Talaga namang itong matchup na to, Migs. I don't know. Especially for you, because you just came off that crazy game as well of Imus and San Pedro. Back-to-back games na yung puso ko, Migs, medyo, alam mo yan. I just might be getting a warning from my watch just about now. Yung heart rate ko tumataas given this ball game that is given to us by Mandaluyong and Manila.
Well, Jaime, you better be ready for the last 55 seconds because we're tied again at 72 with 1 timeout remaining for each of our coaches. Here we go.
Go to Gab Castro. Of course, ball goes to Batan. Hounded by Napo.
Be careful with the fouls.
Concepcion escapes inside. Stolen. Pass ahead to Napo. Batan there in transition. Is able to recover. Looking for a friend. Loses the basketball. Manila will keep it.
That was a tough position for Dustin Batan. Obviously, he did a splendid job recovering on defense and getting that ball back. But also, great recovery from the Manila Pirates on that double team to pressure him. And it forced him to throw the ball out of bounds.
Kumbaga, na-save naman ni Batan what would have been a transition basket for Manila. Hindi nga lang siya nakahanap kagad ng mapapasahan. So Manila would have an opportunity to break this deadlock. Last 33.9 seconds of this ball game.
Nice backdoor.
Concepcion comes up with that steal. Still 30 seconds remaining. Babalik pa ang bola dito sa Manila. Concepcion goes to Batan. Drives baseline against Jelen. Too strong. Rebound battle. Officials says Mandaluyong will keep it. Asking for a review are the Pirates.
Yeah, I think they should be able to review this because we're down to the last 17 seconds. Anything beyond the last 2 minutes should be reviewable. But now we will feature the last timeout for Mandaluyong, if I'm not mistaken, because they initially will get possession.
So look at this replay of that rebound battle nga. Couple of white shirts and a couple of red shirts. Trying to look for a jump ball are the Pirates. But the call initially was for Mandaluyong to keep it. They are calling for a timeout nga to draw something up. Si Coach Mark Herrera na nga ang nagdo-draw up dito ng kanilang possible game winner. Dahil 4.8 second shot clock and game clock difference.
So it will be Mandaluyong possession, rightfully so, because Coach Mark did call for that last timeout. They will work with 17.8 seconds remaining. Wala na pong timeout remaining ang Mandaluyong at may isa pa ang Manila. And again, both teams are in penalty.
It would be Bathan to inbound the ball. Finds Concepcion in the corner. Naagawan ni Aceldo. 10 to work with. He will attack. Floater in the lane. Off the glass. Won't go. Tapikan. Opportunity for Koke. He will be fouled with 3.9 remaining. And you were speaking about unsung heroes. And itong si Ice Dwight Kokea just might be the hero that the Pirates are looking for. The biggest free throws probably of his young career.
Kokia has only played 13 minutes in this game. He has 4 points. Let's see his free throw shooting. Obviously, it hasn't been too present for him in this game.
It's the Mandaluyong crowd trying to make some noise. He misses on the first.
He is 0 out of 4 now from the stripe in this matchup.
No more timeouts left if you are Mandaluyong. So make or miss, you would have to run this basketball. Last 3.9 remaining in this ball game. Kokia's second free throw. Won't get the bounce. Jelen gets an opportunity. One more shot for the win. Aceldo! Would that count? Would that count? Officials gathering themselves. It sounded like it was just in the nick of time. But let's see if our officials would have to take a look at it.
Oh, it's not gonna count? Oh, yes, it is. It is gonna count.
And what a finish, Migs. Off that miss from the free throw, Jelen keeping it alive. Puts it up. And Aceldo, knowing that there was minimal time left, capping off his performance with a game winner.
Well, if you have a team led by 2 stars in both Jelen and Matthew Aceldo, them doing the dirty stuff, which means rebounding, is a testament to good leadership. And obviously, for a guy who has been in foul trouble for most of the second half, Matthew Aceldo has come alive for back-to-back games. He will finish with 32 points, 6 or 7 rebounds with 3 assists in this game to ultimately cap things off on their home floor.
Speaking of Matthew Aceldo nga, he is our player dito sa ating Apex Gaming 88. Move off the game with that dip-si-do. 74-72 would be our final score. Sa Manila Pirates coming off with this victory. They trailed for much of the ball game, Migs. They were able to find a way down the stretch behind Matthew Aceldo. And speaking of him nga, once again, he is with our Daphne Cristobal for our Apex Gaming.
Matthew Aceldo, our Apex Gaming 88 player of the game. Back-to-back yan, Matthew. Kanina, kinausap kita. Sabi mo sa akin, kinakabahan ka sa larong ito. Pero walang kabang-kaba yung naging performance mo. Anong nararamdaman mo ngayon na back-to-back wins ang nakuha ninyo?
Masaya po kasi pasok po kami sa playoffs. And sa playoffs po namin, gagalingan po namin lalo. Magpapakondisyon pa po kami. Ayun lang po.
Matthew, meron ka bang gustong pasalamatan ngayon or batiin?
Unang-una po, nagpapasalamat po kay God sa mga fans po namin na sumusuporta sa amin. Shoutout po sa mga Tita Kim, Pamang, Tita Ne, Tita Beb, Tita Jen, Tita Don, Tita Kims, at sa mama ko and sa tata ko. And kay Papa Manny, nanonood. And kay Mama Nida and sa lola kong isa. And kay Tita Ivy, Tita Nino, kay Ne, kay Tito Bo, Tita Tin, Sulema Pam, Magantal, Diaz Pam, si Sek, April, kay Brad, kay Tropang Binyan, Kuya Jan, JB, Onin, Pedro, yung kay Tito Jason, kay Kuya Alex, kay Bo, and kay Cyrus, kay Berito, kay Andre, kay Lo, kay Jordan, and Royal Manila po, and Justin Zusi, Jacob Cruz, Jais, LA Cute, Kendrick Go, JC Galabia, Cute, Clint Enriquez, Leonidas, Jaja, Mabangis, Jaden, James Reyes, Kaiser, Napapogi, Gerald, Aurelio Franzman, player ng Muntinlupa. And kay Napo, ang aking buddy. Tapos kay Sasuke Aguinaldo, kay Papu, kay Rondizo. And kay Rayjan Cruz, and kay Ayumi. Sobrang ganda. Ayun lang po.
Once again, Matthew Aceldo, our player of the game. Congratulations to you and to the rest of the Manila Pirates. Back to the panel.
I tell you what, Jaime, after covering the MPBL for so many years, experiencing so many greetings, that had to be one of the most entertaining ones. Hindi na natapos yung listahan ni Matthew Aceldo. Then again, he deserved it.
Deserve it indeed is Matthew Aceldo. And parang mas hiningal pa nga siya dun sa interview na yon versus this ball game. What a really Herculean effort shown to us by Matthew Aceldo. But props to Mandaluyong. They tried to also come up with this victory. But Matthew Aceldo finding himself open for this putback for that game winner. Diyan na nga matatapos ang ating matchup between Manila and Mandaluyong for the 14 under division. 2 more matchups for 16 and 18 in just a bit. Magpapaalam muna kami ni Migs Gomez. Magbabalik tayo with more Apex Gaming 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.